So, what does camera traps mean? What does the word trap? We all know cameras, but what about the word traps? Trap, it means enclosure designed to catch animals. For example, hunters use them to hunt, let's say, rabbits or foxes. But camera trap, it's something designed to for the photographers to hide their cameras, to take shots or photos or short films of animals, like we watch in National Geographic. So, our lesson is about camera traps and how engineers designed camera traps to, let's say, record short films and take photos of wild animals. Steve Winter is one photographer who used camera traps. This photo is a National Geographic photographer, Steve Winter, in Yala National Park, Sri Lanka. So he is designing a camera trap so he can keep his camera in order to record a film or to take photos of wild animals. Do you remember the Komodo dragons? They are dangerous, but how did they record films about them? They used camera traps. So look at these words in bold. We have fixed onto, engineers, straight into, and remote controlled. What do you think they mean? Here we have them in this bar, new words: fixed onto, engineers, straight into, remote controlled. These words are new, so let's introduce them. Fixed into, look at the sentence. Sometimes the camera is fixed onto an animal so it can take a film as the animal moves. Fixed onto, it means focused onto. They focus the camera on the animal. They use the phrasal verb fixed onto. Engineers or an engineer, it means the person who designs, builds, or maintain engines or machines. So engineers, a person who designs or builds or maintains engines or machines. So engineers, a synonym for the word engineer, a designer maybe. Straight into, it means not curved. Also, it means focused. The last one, remote controlled, managed by a device. The device is the remote. All of us know remotes. We use them in our daily lives. For example, we can use the remote to control the TV, or we can use remotes to control the air conditioners and other devices. So these they used remotes to control cars, to carry the cameras. I'll give you an example. Imagine that you are watching a film of a lion or a tiger which chasing a deer. So the lion or the tiger runs quickly. How can the photographer chase the lion or the tiger? He doesn't chase the animals. They use cars, small cars, controlled by a remote to chase the animals, to record films, or to take photos. don't worry. I will send you the definitions of the new words, and please write them on your language art notebooks. And please don't forget to write down the date and the title. The title is Camera Traps, Student Book, page 40. Camera Traps, Student Book, page 40. Okay, on your language art notebooks. I will send the definitions. So let's go back to the text. So they mentioned that technology is being used more and more in film and photography. They use technology. Using camera traps is technology. This technology helped photographers to record or take photos of wild animals. For example, they gave an example of wild animals like leopard or jaguars and bears. They can put the camera, or they can make a camera trap in a bird's nest or in the ocean floor to record maybe sea creatures or, for example, fish, whales, dolphins, etc. Okay? Making these films, short films, or watching these photos helps us to understand more about wild animals. Okay, that's why if we understand the wildlife or the importance of wildlife animals, we will help them. If we understand more about these animals, we will help them, or we help to protect these animals. Photo engineers design cameras that will not break. This is another point. These engineers designed camera traps that won't break when they are being used in places like jungles or in the ocean. For example, if they use a camera in the ocean, it would be a waterproof camera. Or if it's in a rainforest, it wouldn't break down. So this is the job of the engineers. So technology is improving all of the time and helping photographers to take amazing photos. And this way we can watch documentaries on National Geographic or whenever you want. These films or these photos helps us to know more about other animals or more about these creatures. For example, if we didn't watch a film about Komodo dragons, we wouldn't understand how these creatures live, or what do they eat, or how do they survive. Thanks to camera traps or the wildlife photographers, we understand these things, or we understand the importance of these animals in the environment. Now, please, I want you to move to exercise number 3. Read again, complete the sentences with the words from the box. I'm going to read the text one more time. Listen carefully. Camera traps. Technology is being used more and more in film and photography. For example, wildlife photographers sometimes use camera traps. When a photographer uses a camera trap, the camera is hidden. For example, in a tree or in the ground, so that the animals can't see it. When an animal moves, near the camera. The camera is turned on and it takes a photo or a short film. Sometimes the camera is fixed onto an animal so it can take a film as the animal moves. The film then helps us to learn much more about the animal's life. Photo engineers at National Geographic design camera traps to help photographers hide cameras. For example, in birds' nests or on the ocean floor, they have designed camera traps for National Geographic photographers like Steve Winter, who takes photos of wild animals such as tigers, leopards, jaguars, and bears. The camera traps are set up so that the animal looks straight into the camera. Steve thinks that if people see good photos of wild animals, they will understand more about the animals and want to protect them. Photo engineers have to design cameras that will not break when they are being used in places like jungles or the ocean. Sometimes photographers use small remote controlled cars to carry cameras. Technology is improving all of the time and helping photographers to take amazing photos. Thanks to the technology of camera traps, we can all see the world in new and interesting ways. We read the text. Let's do exercise number 3. Let's complete the sentences with words from the box. We have the word designed, engineers, protect, and turned on. Number 1. Camera traps are by photo. Let's complete them. Camera traps are designed. Camera traps are designed by photo engineers. So number 1 is designed. Number 1 is designed in the first blank or in the first gap. The second gap is engineers. Camera traps are designed by photo engineers. Number 2, the camera is when an animal moves near it. The camera is turned on. The camera is turned on when an animal moves near it. Number 3, photos of wild animals might make people want to protect them. This is number 3. Photos of wild animals might make people want to protect them. These are the answers. I'm going to repeat them. Camera traps are designed by photo engineers. Number 2, the camera is turned on when an animal moves near it. Number 3, photos of wild animals might make people want to protect them. So this is our lesson for today. As I told you, I'm going to send the definitions of these words. Write it down on your language art notebooks. And if you have any questions, send me through a donation. Have a good day.